Hello and welcome to episode 3 of the Sales Pro podcast. I'm Jonan Ross.
And this is Miles Emmanuel. Hello.
And today we're going to speak to you in a short but sweet episode.
We say short.
Hopefully, we're going into this with the plan of it being short and sweet and practical. Something that you can take with you, something that you can use straight away.
Delicious. Where to find clients to sell to. That is the name of this episode.
And it's such an important point to address because the best, most amazing sales skills in the world won't do you any good if you don't have anyone to sell to.
And it's really very simple.
4 simple points, simple things that you can think about, that you can apply to begin to find people to sell to.
And the first one, the absolute first one that we have to talk about is the low-hanging fruit. Now, what do we mean by the low-hanging fruit? What we mean by that is the people who need and the people who want it. Now, there is a clear difference to it. You should be going towards the people who want it. Now, let me be clear about that. So the people who want it, these are the people that are in desperate need of your service, your products, what you have to offer to them.
Yeah, people who actually desire it. Trying to persuade someone who really needs something but they don't want it, it's not just the high out of reach fruit, it's the high out of reach fruit that isn't even ripe. You know, it's just been kind of dropped there or something. It's just not right because people need to want something. It just seems so. It's such a simple point, you know, and it's probably been said many, many times before. You've heard it all over the place, but take it in and just realize the low-hanging fruit is fine. It's perfectly acceptable to sell your product or your service to people who, yes, need it, preferably, but primarily want it. Why did you buy most of the things that you bought over the last year? If you were to cast your mind back and think about every purchase you've made, you probably didn't need that takeaway. There was food in the fridge. You probably didn't need that cologne or that new shirt or that new pair of shoes or whatever it might be, but you wanted it. And so you bought it. The salesman made their commission. Everyone's happy because you have what you want. And it's no different when you're selling and when you're being the sales pro. Selling to people who want what you are offering.
And I think that goes a lot to do with people's, when they first start out their business, when they first start out selling their products, selling their service, that they have this idea of who they need to sell to.
Yeah, the people who would really, really benefit the most.
Exactly. People who really absolutely benefit from this product or service. And to that I have to say, why are you being so selfish?
Ooh.
Why are you being selfish?
He's not playing softball here, he means it.
Let's be frank here. Who are you?
Yeah, who elected you to judge what other people need?
Because first of all, let's look at it from the person. Let's say someone else came to you and said, right, I have this product that you need because it needs to solve this problem and that way your life will be expedited. This is unsolicited advice.
Yeah, you're in a real state. Look, you know, your hair's a mess. I'm a hairdresser. Let me sort it out for you. How
rude.
Yeah.
How very dare you? How do you even think? My hair is impeccable right now.
No, I wasn't saying that. This is a hypothetical person. I wasn't saying it to you, honest. I was really. No.
Exactly that. I then become guarded. That person then becomes guarded. It's like, I don't have a problem. What are you talking about? It's like, no. Like, I can help you. No. I am completely fine. There's no problem. In fact, you're the one with the problem.
Yeah. Yeah, how dare you? Like, were you not raised with manners? We get these like defensive, guarded responses because someone coming at us telling us, oh, you need something. The reverse of that, like the implication is, here is an area in which you're lacking, being called lacking in some way. That's what insults are designed to do. They're designed to make you feel or think like you're lacking in some way. And so approaching sales from the idea of going around essentially insulting people. So, hey, you're lacking in this. Can I give it to you? Hey, you're lacking in confidence or you're lacking in personal fitness or whatever it might be. Put like that, how likely do you think it is to go down well. Whereas, on the other hand, if you used to go out and you used to find people who already want what you're offering, it just makes more sense. It's easy, it's simple, but it just makes sense.
The low-hanging fruits.
Yeah,
is
low-hanging fruit.
sweet and ripe for the picking.
Yeah, countryside metaphors, speaking
There we
my
go.
language.
So, and number 2 is to know your clients.
Yeah, knowing who your client is, and especially where do they hang out. And this could be in person, this could be online, whatever it might be. If you want to find the people to sell to, well, you need to know, as we said in a previous podcast, knowing the solutions that you're offering and whose problems you're solving with it. Know that person, where do they hang out?
I think a lot of people just think that, this just has to be a big red neon sign saying, I'm here.
Yeah.
The customers are right here in this particular area. No, you have to know your market.
Yeah, and it's, we were chatting earlier, talking about how, going out and saying, there's no one to sell to. That's like, it's like going fishing in the sea and fishing in the wrong place with the wrong bait and not catching anything, and then go, there's no fish in the sea.
Well, might as well pack up.
Yeah,
and go home.
There's no fish in there. We're depleted.
In the entire ocean, there is absolutely no fish. I think you're not trying hard, or you are trying, but you're not doing it smart.
Just doing it in the wrong place. And yet with the right bait in the right place at the right time, I'm sure there are plenty of fish, even now in 2018. There's plenty. And it's just the same with sales. There's millions of people, or billions now, aren't there? Time's gone quickly. It's more and more every day. They're everywhere. So where does your client hang out? The people who not only need what you want, the people who want it. Add that into your client avatar and go, right, where does someone who both needs what I want, needs what I'm selling, and they want it, where do they hang out? Where do they go for their advice? Where do they go for their recreation? Where are they in the most receptive state of mind? Get curious about the psychology of people. You don't have to go off and do a master's degree in it, but just being curious and inquisitive about how people tick is one of the most useful skills that you'll ever learn. And get into the mind of your client and figure out where they're going to be. If I was my ideal client, where would I hang out? Go figure that out. And once you get that answer, go find them. Go to where they are. Be your charming self. Serve people. So that's point number 2.
And that just goes right into point number 3, which James already said earlier, that there are literally billions of people on this planet. Your clients are everywhere. They are just complete. Your clients are being born as we speak. They're literally walking around. When you wake up and go to your local coffee shop, they're your clients. Yeah. When you go out to go to the gym, they're your clients. When you go to the pub, to the bar, they're your clients. When you're going to your recreational activity, there are your clients. Yeah. They are everywhere.
Now, some of them may be in camouflage and they're dressed like normal people, but people are everywhere. Like we say, your clients have already been born. They're already walking around, most likely, in any business I can think of. They're alive, they're walking around, they already exist. It's not like you're going, I've got this great product, but I just need a future generation to be born who are all going to love it and I'll be a millionaire. No, they're already there. And so just acknowledging that and realising that they're everywhere and just always being ready. And when you have everything else aligned, when you know what your product is, you know who you're helping, your filters will be out. What do they call it? The reticular activating system in your brain. You notice the things that are important to you. So when it's important to you to serve your ideal clients, you'll notice them. You'll notice the opportunities to serve them and be rewarded as a result. And so having that realization and realizing they're everywhere, because you know what? It takes as much energy mentally to say, there's no clients anywhere, as it takes to say, wow, I bet I'll meet some clients today. Try saying the two things in your head. The two phrases take as much energy to say, except one will close your mind, whereas the second option will open it. It will open your eyes, it will open your mind to the opportunities around you. And then once you see the opportunities, that's then opening the door to step through it and take the opportunities.
And that behaviour is far more serving than the other self-defeated behaviour. Because imagine when you're a sales pro, while you're becoming a sales pro, you see the opportunities all around you. It's almost as if you're an architect. Now, an architect doesn't just go through the city and see all the archaic buildings there, all the modern buildings. It sees the structures. It sees it in a way that normal people don't see it.
No, it's
Almost like a
perspective.
property, a different perspective, like a property investor. They go into a neighborhood, they see the money literally falling from the trees,
Mm-hmm.
from the rooftops. And as a sales pro, you can see all the opportunities, all the clients, all your customers around you. And all you have to do is just take that first step.
Just say hello. Be friendly like. It's as easy as it is. And it's fun. I said in previous podcasts, have fun with it. This is life. It's not a game. It's not some weird thing that would. It's just a part of life. It's a part of nature. You're supporting your community. You're supporting people. And life supports that which supports life. So the better you become at this, the more fun you have doing it, the more it just has a snowball effect and gets better and better. But this is all good theoretical stuff. But on a practical level, Miles, what would you say the fourth point is for where to find clients to sell to?
That would be networking groups, and there is plenty of networking groups.
So many.
There's like Facebook groups.
Yep, Facebook communities, things. Meetup.com, we're not paid to promote them. They're just really good.
It's unbelievable resources.
Yeah.
You'd be silly not to sign up to that.
And for free as well. I think most of these, there are free seminars, there are free events,
Eventbrite.
Facebook groups, forums. I really like Meetup.com because you can put in all your preferences and it suggests things in any search radius. And so when you know your client, you think, what are their interests? You put that in there, and suddenly you come up with all these options to meet people. And that's where it is. Like no sale happens outside of a conversation. As well said, I forget who said that, but it's a well-known quote, and it's true. Even if that conversation is digital or in written form, it's still a conversation. And so knowing where your people are and going and using the technology that's available in the modern world, it's amazing. And so your local community activities, actually meeting people in person, what a concept. But that's what these things like Meetup are great for. Facebook groups, actually contributing in these places. This is where the people are. And so simple, like you can do that. You can literally get off this podcast in a few moments, go download the apps if you don't already have it, go onto Facebook and find the groups, find the places where your ideal clients are. You can do that in just a moment. If you haven't already, that is a huge step to gaining access to the people who you can then sell to and then who you can serve with your services and with your products.
Right.
Yeah,
And
short but sweet.
So to recap, where to find clients to sell? They are the low-hanging fruits. They are the people who want your product. They may not necessarily be the people that need it, but they are definitely the people who want it now.
Right. Exactly. They may not need it the most. They might need it a little bit. But chasing the people who need it the most and ignoring the people who want it, shooting yourself in the foot. Find people who want what you want to give them and give them what they want. Number 2.
Know your clients.
Where do they hang out? Where do they spend time? Because they're out there. So figure out where they are. Once you've figured out who they are, knowing where they are, should be a piece of cake.
And they'll be delicious.
Perfect.
Number 3, they are everywhere. Your
Yes.
client is everywhere, and they are waiting for you to just say hello.
Yeah.
And that's it.
They're everywhere. It stands, and we've said it so much already in this, but they're already out there. They already exist. They're walking around. They're waiting for you to say hello. They would be overjoyed to have what you can give them.
Why are you denying them this opportunity?
Exactly. Who gave you the right to deny these people the opportunity of working with you? Are you some kind of monster? No, you
You're not-
can't withhold
you're not
this from
selfish.
them.
You're there to serve the people. You're there to serve your client. You're there to serve your customer. So get out there
Right.
and serve them. And go to these networking groups. Number 4, meetup.com, Eventbrite, Facebook groups. Type it in. Go to forums where where it's within your markets. Go to these free seminars because they're free. Like-minded people that want to be around you.
Perfect.
Take action.
Yeah.
And just ask yourself, with all this information, what are you going to do now?
Starting right now, in a moment when we say goodbye to you for now, what is the next action that you're going to take? Because, it's not always about this big, year-long strategies and extensive, difficult, intricate things. I would say low-hanging fruit is easy, simple steps. Simple, repeatable things. Joining a Facebook group, how hard is that? Starting a conversation with someone, believe it or not, that's pretty easy too. All of these things, they're simple steps, and as soon as you stop procrastinating and start taking these steps, you will see results, and the results will get better and better the more you practice them. And so, speaking again about taking action and about accountability as well, we have a Facebook group, we have a Facebook community. If you are not already in it, go online, or there's a link in the description, the Sales Pro community, and we would love to hear the points that you found helpful, the points that you're going to apply, and the ways you have taken action, the ways you're going to take action, so that we can keep you accountable and encourage you, so the community can encourage you to keep on moving forward on this sales journey to becoming a sales pro.
So, that is it for the Sales Pro Podcast episode 3. This has been Miles Emmanuel, and
Jonan Ross.
please feel free to remember to subscribe to iTunes, Stitcher and YouTube for more podcasts and more videos coming soon. And please just give us your feedback. Please let us know what you want to hear, what you are doing. We love to. We want to appreciate you. Please do. Comment, subscribe, do all those kind of things.
You're going to keep going higher and
Yeah,
higher and
higher
higher?
and higher. Because it's fantastic. We like to make sales sexy, and it can be sexy
Can
and
be fun.
fun.
Believe it or not, imagine if sales could be as sexy and as fun as the sexiest and most fun things in the rest of your life. And there should be lots of them. Put sales in there. Have fun with it.
Bye-bye.
Speak soon.